Hi, everyone. Listen to this. 8 years after graduation, an unemployed law school graduate is suing her alma mater, alleging the school inflated the numbers of employed graduates, leading her to believe she would have no problem finding a job upon graduation. So is this another example of misguided entitlement, or does the school bear some blame? Attorneys Aaron Ehrlich and David Bruno join us now to weigh in for a fair and balanced debate. Good morning, guys. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Anna.
So you think this is kooky. Why?
I think this is kooky because, look, she needs to prove that but for this data, she would not have gone to law school. First of all, nobody makes big, life-changing decisions based on one school's employment statistic. Look, I lived this. You know, I happen to have also applied to law school in 2004. I graduated in 2008, just like this plaintiff. And I can tell you that she didn't make the decision because she saw Thomas Jefferson's employment statistic. She made the decision because the perception in 2004, and it was a true perception, was that a law school education was a great investment that was going to lead to a lucrative career. But what ultimately happened in 2008 was that we had an economic collapse.
Right.
Things changed.
She alleges that even further that the school inflated their numbers, so they were purposely misguiding potential students, according to this.
Sure. I mean, these law schools, colleges, high schools, private high schools, they have to be accountable for statistics that they disseminate because they are releasing information about employment numbers to be relied on. Students making decisions about where to go, look at these numbers, look at the magazines, and make determinations based on these numbers. We expect that a witness is going to testify at this trial that an employee was pressured to inflate certain salary numbers. It's a problem, it's appalling, and if true, they should be held responsible.
Well, according to the American Bar Association, 9.8% of 2014 law school graduates are unemployed, and they are seeking employment currently. Do you think this is something that has been going on across the country and other institutions?
You know, exactly. Thomas Jefferson was not a lone wolf. They weren't the only ones reporting their economic or their employment data in the way that they were. But regardless, in 2008, anything that we knew in 2004, any of that data, even if it was accurate, was good as garbage. It meant nothing come 2008. I'll tell you a true story. When I sat down for my character and fitness interview, which is what you have to do in the state of New York after you pass the bar exam, I went in the late fall of 2008. I sat down. The first thing the interviewer said to me, just like this, "Please tell me you have a job." Just like that. Yeah, because that was what everybody was experiencing in 2008. All of these admitted attorneys without any employment.
What about the point that this is just an entitled generation? They think that, you know, everybody gets a trophy, everybody gets to play on the field, and everybody who graduates from college or law school, in this case, gets a job.
I think that's a distracting point because that's what the law school wants to make the argument. And in fact, this is a problem not only in this industry, but I would say, generally speaking, we see these magazines, best lawyers, best doctors, best this, best that. It is a problem because it is being represented that people are what they aren't. This law school was making representations that their students were being employed when in fact the numbers reflected full-time employment, part-time employment, temporary employment,
and they were lumping it all together, you say.
Non-legal related jobs like
people take non-legal related jobs all the time after law school. That's actually one of the things people do, especially in California with the entertainment industry. Half of those agents have.
And maybe that's what this student will have to do, whether she wins or loses. Thank you so much, both of you, Aaron and David.
Thank you, Anna.
Appreciate it.